YouTube. So out here in the carport garage today. Kind of sad day. We took the 1980 Trans Am back to Texas, back to Christopher's house. They opened some of the drag strips around his area, so he wants to be able to have the car there to race it, of course. But won't be able to see any more videos with both of us racing together with both cars. But that's all right. It's my turn to start going down there and watching him race, and my turn to start flying down there and start watching him race. But it was kind of difficult to to get the time to work on both cars and test both of them and get them both ready. So this way, I can focus more on mine, and then he can focus more on his, and then get it dialed in better, and then we'll get the Camaro dialed in here better. But fortunately, I was hoping that last time at the track we could both do a side-by-side 9-second pass, but my shifter settled and come out of adjustment and didn't want to go into third gear, and his started flinging belts, and I knew I shouldn't have used that chat performance thing. I knew we should have switched that a long time ago, but it is what it is. I decided to bring the Camaro home, and we started focusing on his car to try to get the belt to stay on. Plus, it had a vacuum leak somewhere it had a vacuum leak right where the hose goes into the Haltech Rebel, and it was causing it to go into limp mode because of hose map failure. But we fixed all that, and we put the ICT billet, go ICT billet for your swap brackets when it comes to your pulleys and stuff like that. They make an awesome quality product at a good price. And no, I'm not sponsored by them in any way. They just make a really good product. But Chris is going to start making videos, so y'all are still going to see the 1980 Trans Am on the channel. It'll be just Chris he has access to the YouTube channel. He's always had access to the YouTube channel to post videos and stuff like that. So he'll be able to get on the YouTube channel and post those videos. And hopefully a lot of the races he goes to, I'll be able to go down there. Because like I said, it's my turn to start going down there, making that, the flight's not that long from Abilene to Kentucky, but, the layovers and stuff like that, it winds up being, 7 to 10 hours out of your day to get back and forth, and, he'd fly up on Thursday. He'd usually leave 5 or 6 in the morning, wouldn't get here till like 2 p.m. So yeah, 7 to 10 hours. And then he'd go back on Sunday. But yeah, my turn to start going down there, but if I ain't there and he's racing, he'll make the YouTube channel on the races he does with the Trans Am. So the Trans Am's still going to be on the channel. It's just going to be racing in the Abilene, Dallas, Odessa, San Angelo, Texas area, and the Camaro here is going to be staying in the Kentucky area. He would fly up, and he brought the Trans Am here a long time ago because all them tracks in his area, the San Angelo and the Abilene track, he lives in Abilene, Texas, they closed, and he didn't really want to have to, he didn't have a trailer back then, so he didn't want to have to drive all the way to Dallas, Fort Worth to race it and this, that, and the other. But he's got a trailer now. He's got the car back, so he's probably going to be racing mainly in San Angelo and Abilene. Maybe he'll go to Dallas, Fort Worth a few times to race Yellow Bella or something. I don't know. Yeah, what we're doing today, got long-winded there, but what we're going to do today is the hood on my Camaro. It gets dirty, and you cannot clean it. You cannot clean it. I mean, I took sandpaper to it, and you couldn't get it clean. As the white fiberglass, just as it is when you buy it, it gets dirty. You can't clean it. So we're going to make it all one color. And I've already started. We're going to make it all one color. We're going to paint it all flat black, just like Chris's 80 Trans Am is. But I want to start on the hood. So I accidentally messed up, and I was like, why is the color of this hood two different colors? Look, see, there's a bright spot. Some's bright and some's dull. Well, stupid me went and got some paint. Just flat black paint you get from Ace Hardware. And that says flat black. Black flat, actually. Well, I got 5 cans. I accidentally messed up and got 2 cans of barbecue black. And this was the second can I used, so that's why it's two different colors. So I already used that can, so I'll just have to throw it away, but I'll take this one back and return it for another can of flat black. But yeah, so you see I got sandpaper here. So I just basically go over it with some 400 grit and then hit it with 600. I've got some 80 and 120 and 60, 180 and 120 also that I'm gonna hit. Like there was paint peel here. I'm no painter, guys. I suck at painting. So there's paint peel there. So I was hitting that with the heavier stuff, try to knock it down and smooth it back down, but I'm trying to get all that out of there because that'll show through the flat black paint. We're gonna do it all. We're gonna do the whole thing. We're not gonna, the only bad parts on this car from the outside is where, which I think that was like that before because that was full of Bondo, but I don't know if if you keep up with the channel, you'll know one day I will hop real bad. I had the bolt-on lower control arm relocation brackets. If you ever 60 foot good, get the weld-on kind and weld them on. But anyway, the bolt-on one, it give, and it sent the rear end and the tires into my quarter panel. And it busted all that out. Now, mostly what come out of there was Bondo. I know this car's been hit in this side before. It has to have been because the rear end is straight, but you'll notice this tire has a little bit of distance. We'll go over to the other side. Seeing this tire's a lot closer up here, and you know the gaps from the fender to the tire, and the tire, the rear end's straight. It's been checked. It's been aligned. It's all straight. It's just the body. It's been hit, and you can tell where the panhard bar bolts up there under the car. There's like, you can tell the car's been hit on that side before and somebody fixed it. But really the only bad spots on the car as far as rust goes is each side right here, which ain't really bad. I'm gonna paint over it for now. I'm gonna try to find someone that can do a little body work, maybe straighten that out a little bit. And the other only bad part, which this fender's, it's that plastic stuff. The rest of the car is metal, but this, the front end, this, the front bumper, the front corners, they're not metal. The doors are metal. The rear, all the rear's metal. But this is that plastic stuff or whatever it is. I don't know, but what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna sand it and see, this side was really bad, but try to sand that out the best I can so it doesn't show too bad. But I mean, the hood ain't that great, I'll be honest with you. This is one of the cheap cow hoods I bought. I only paid like 300 bucks for it. It's a bolt-on, and it does have spots in it. And I'm not a body man. I have no clue what I'm doing, but we're going to sand it down the best we can and hit it with some flat black and make it all one color. That's all I'm going to do. Maybe this side right here, is the worst side, see? But that, and this crack right here is really the only bad spots in the car. I mean, the rest of it, even the rockers, they're pretty solid. And how this happened and why that's a different color than the other mirror is because I was backing out that gate right there and the wind was blowing really hard. And just my luck, when that gate got right here, it closed as I was backing up. I was backing up, the gate closed on me, gate hit here and pushed that up into here, broke it, and put that crack right there. And I have them extra doors over there where I put manual windows in this car because it was electric windows. I put manual windows in it. And I had that extra mirror, so I just put that mirror on it. Bad thing about whatever car that came off of, it was manual everything. It was manual rear view mirrors, manual doors for the windows and everything. And this car was all electric, as you can see here. I still have to put that bolt in there. I gotta go to the hardware store, so that pops out every now and then. But yeah, see, I put the manual one. I just left that in there because for the life of me, I cannot find the bezel that is manual to put in there. I'd put that in there, but here's what it is. But you'll see that mirror has the manual things on it, and it's just hanging down there. I adjust this mirror with my hand. I just come out here and adjust it with my hand, and it stays where I put it. But anyway, yeah, so I'm just hitting it with some 400 grit on this stuff right here. I've been using 120 and then 400, and then I'll hit it with some 600, and then I clean all the dust and everything off. See, I've been painting down there, and I sanded a little, and then I wash it and clean all the dust off, and then hit it with a coat of paint. That's what I've been doing. And as you can see, the trees this time of year, look, I just washed this car last night. I mean, that's just from sitting outside, not very long. I washed it last night, painted the hood, and then the very next day, I already took a rag and wiped it off the hood. It was all over the hood too, just like it is up there. But yeah, just from one day sitting outside. One day sitting outside, all that crap. All that was clean last night. Last night. That's how much crap's coming off those trees out there. But yeah, so today we're going to wash it off again, and then we're going to pull it in the garage, and then we'll we'll wash it off, and then we'll sand the parts that we want to paint, which is mainly I'm gonna hit it with another 600. Sometimes I put a coat on, then I hit it with 600, and then I put another coat on. I don't know if that helps any, but I've been doing that. But yeah, but we'll tape up that. Make sure we don't get our beauty ring. We'll tape the beauty ring up, the headlight, you know, and stuff. That area right there with the red emblem and the black behind, I'm not gonna paint that. I'm gonna leave that like that. And I do have an emblem to put here somewhere. Up here I've got the emblems. Yeah, here they are. We'll glue those back on. You'll notice this fender, it don't, oh, it does have the emblem. I didn't think that. That's just where it's the same color. I think I might paint some things red. I think I'll tape that Z28 off and paint it red to match the emblem up here. And I think I'll paint this emblem red too. I don't know. What do you guys think? But not going to bore y'all with the details. Like I said, I'm just hitting it with 400 and then going over it with 600 lightly. These trouble areas where it has a lot of paint peel so it don't show through, I've been hitting with like 120, then the 400, then the 600, and then just throwing a cone of flat black on it. A couple of coats. I'll do at least 2 coats. I've got 2 coats on the hood again, but see where it's different brightnesses. Again, I accidentally used 2 different types of paint, so I'll have to go over that again. And then I did this fender. I didn't do the bottom part. I did this fender and that fender over there. And again, we're just gonna make it all flat black. I kind of liked it being multiple colors because, you know, when I'm driving down the road and somebody sees me, they know whose car it is. That white hood and the red front end. And yeah, everybody knows who I am. So, but yeah, that hood, I just couldn't do it no more. The white hood, fiberglass, just straight as it comes, it get dirty and you couldn't get it clean. You couldn't get it clean. It was just getting dirtier and dirtier and dirtier and dirtier. So I had to paint it. Figure if I'm gonna paint that, I'm gonna paint the whole thing just to make it one color. But the reason this fender and that fender were different colors than the rest of the car, well, we already discussed the mirror thing over there, is because someone stole my car and rear-ended somebody. So it broke this fender, it broke this one, It broke, so I had to replace this. I had to replace that, and then I had to replace the thing that holds the headlight that goes all the way across. And then there's a piece down there that holds this fender and this together. I had to replace that. I didn't do the best job because it doesn't align the greatest, but whatever. I'm not that much into the whole looks thing. If it was a real pretty car with a really nice paint job, I wouldn't even want to work on it, because then you start working on it, you scratch it, and you're like, dang it, and then you start cussing and crying about it. And I don't want to, I just, that's not what this car is. It's not a show car. It's a car we like to cruise around and race with. You know, it's going to get dings and scratches, and we don't care about that because it's flat black, and we're just going to sand the scratch out and put another coat on it. But yeah, I'll not bore y'all with it. I'll show you a picture when I'm done with it. But yeah, I've been talking for 16 minutes. That's crazy. But yeah, I'll get back with you when I'm done. Paint on the car today, and the condensation from the roof was dripping down here. So couldn't do that, so I pulled it out here. But then fuzzies and spinners kept falling off them trees. So I pulled it over there. Unfortunately, the wind blew real hard. And the fuzzies and the spinnies and everything else from the tree, I just cleaned it off. Started falling over here. Luckily this paint dries really, really quick. See? And I painted from here forward flat black, just the, I'll show you the can in a minute, but probably needs touched up here and there, and I don't know how to fix these plastic, whatever they're made out of. But yeah, you can actually see the cracks and stuff worse now. I didn't paint that, but I got tape over the turn signals and the downpipe, the chrome there. But actually it come out a lot better than I thought it would. There was paint peel through here, and you can't even see it no more. The hood, this is a cheap bolt-on, see, bolt-on cowl hood, but it was like the cheapest one I could find, and it's got some flaws in it. I ran the paint right there, but yeah, I'll wet sand like 1,000 grit over that and re-hit it on those spots. Can't believe I did that. Actually, that's the only spot it ran in, but there's imperfections in the hood. But again, I'm just trying to get it one color. It actually looks better than I thought it would. I'll just say that. So there's only one spot left on the car that is not black. That's the incident with the gate. When I was backing up, gate swung, blah, blah, blah. As I was backing up, the wind hit the gate, blew it, boom, 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 put that crack. But old red over there is got black mirrors on it, so I may just take one off of it and put it over here, because this is going to be as cheap as I can do. Turbo 350, 5.3, maybe even just a stock 5.3 with the truck intake on. Won't clear the cowl on those, so I'll probably cut the cowl out, whatever. It ain't got a title. No, it's a pretty solid car though. But anyway, that's where we're at. I'm going to paint the rest of it too, but today we're going to go to the drag strip. You'll probably see this video before the drag strip or after the drag strip. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, look, looks like the door's hitting there. But yeah, that's where we're at so far. Might have showed it already, but black flat, indoor outdoor rust stop from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Yeah, that's it. But now it's all one color. And check it out, this was a manual. Man, it's very rare. Those doors that I got off of a junkyard up in northern Kentucky, it's very rare that you find one with manual windows, manual rear views and manual doors. But that Camaro, I got that stuff off of, it was all manual. But fortunately, that's a V6, and it's got electric. And ta-da! Now I got my it works good. I got my electric rear view side mirrors working again. Lost that bezel. Need to reorder those. I think that side has it. When the door's shut, you can't see that stuff anyway. But anyway, yeah. Alright, here it is with the tape off. I forgot to take the tape off the headlights. Unfortunately, I didn't do a great tape job. You can still see some red. Maybe I can spray some of that paint in a paint can and use a paintbrush and touch that up. But I got a few runs. Somehow I got a little run there. And then this door actually hits. So I tried to lay it thick in that where it's cracked the door a little, but I made it run a little. We'll fix that later. We'll paint the back and we'll do the doors next. And then we'll go to the rear quarter, the hatch. We'll have to take the spoiler off, etc. Blah, blah, blah. But it's working good. I'm using 600 grit just to rough it up so the paint sticks. Oh, I got to run there. And then on these bad spots, I used 400 grit. See, there was paint peel here. And that first coat, you could still see the paint peel. On the second coat, you can't even tell there was paint peel there. That is freaking awesome. I like that because there's paint peel throughout this whole car. We're gonna try to do that, get rid of that paint peel, like we did up there. Looks good. And then maybe we can get someone to fix this, because I suck at this, guys. I'm not a body man, not a paint man, but this is actually coming out a lot better than I thought it would, honestly. It looks pretty good, man. And even in the camera, I'm sure it looks better, but up close, I mean, besides the imperfections in the hood, cheap cow hood, it's a lot of imperfections. But other than that, man, I got that emblem. I'm cleaning it up right now. Other than that, man, it's looking, I'm happy with it. I'm very happy with it. I can't wait to get the whole car that color. I like it. I like it a lot. But get you more videos as I go. I'm just roughing up the spots with 600 grit. And then the bad spots again, 400 grit. And then maybe even some of these real bad spots, maybe I'll use like a 120. We'll see. We'll see. Looking good. It went too long. I'll not bore y'all with the rest of it, but I've already went over what I'm doing with it and how it's, turning out on the front of the car. I'm just going to gradually do the rest of it. If you keep up with the channel, you'll be able to see it, see how it looks in the racing video. But yeah, I'm excited to get the whole thing painted. It's just going to take me a while to get the whole thing done. But thanks for watching. Have a great day.